right, Jamie. Have you ever been a surrogate before?
No, sir.
What made you decide that you wanted to be a surrogate and help these families who would like to have a child but are struggling and can't?
Well, I realize that there are families out there that obviously cannot have children, that have really wanted to be able to have a child and for some odd reason cannot. So my sister also cannot have children and had asked me before if I could become a surrogate for her, which was a little bit of an immature thing, but I ended up not doing it, but she has since been able to go through the surrogate process herself on her own anyways. But if I could have helped, I would have. So I became aware of it through her. You know, I really would like to help out a family that cannot have kids, and I know how it feels. So.
Great. So you have a sister. Tell me about the rest of your family.
Well, I have a daughter, single mom who has a daughter, and she's 4.5. I also have my mother, who's pretty close to me, my sister, obviously, and I have 2 brothers. I don't talk to them too much. I'm more closer with my mom and my sister. And my father's around, just not in our state, so I don't see him that much, but we have a close relationship. Then I also have another sister who is in Maine with me.
Great. And what's your daughter's name?
JamieHerman.
Oh.
She's 4.5.
Okay. So obviously it sounds like you have a pretty extensive support system there.
Absolutely.
And how do you feel that they would support you if things started feeling overwhelming during your pregnancy?
They would support me full-heartedly. They are very supportive of what I'm doing right now. So especially my sister too, who knows what's going on. Actually, she's going through the process right now as we speak too. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, sometimes when women are pregnant, they experience maternal feelings. How do you plan to deal with these being a surrogate?
Well, I believe it's a little bit different than if I was pregnant with my child versus knowing that I'm carrying somebody else's child. So although I'll probably feel some kind of maternal instincts, I know the outcome of what's going to happen, so it's a lot easier to be able to go through with it. So I think I'll be all right.
Okay, so you had one pregnancy before. Did you experience any complications?
No, not at all. Actually, the pregnancy was great, and the delivery was great.
Okay.
I really, no problems during pregnancy and delivery. Within 3 hours of my water breaking, I had my daughter, so it was pretty quick. It was very good.
That's good.
Yeah.
How do you take care of yourself when it comes to your health?
I'm pretty good exercise-wise. I try to exercise as much as I can every week, and I do eat very healthy.
Did you also have the same type of diet while you were pregnant?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think I ate a little bit more chicken at the time. I actually craved chicken, but yes, I always eat healthy. So.
And one of the things that many women experience during pregnancy is somebody's feeling like morning sickness or anything like that. Did you ever experience any of that?
I really didn't. I think there was maybe a week period of time where I felt a little bit nauseous, never threw up, but no, I actually did not experience any of that with my only pregnancies.
In the process, most times more than one embryo is implanted and trying to help to make sure the success ratio is higher. What's your feelings regarding the fetal reduction or abortion if a couple wishes, if more than one is implanted, if they want only one child?
Under those circumstances, I would be willing to do it.
Are you willing to work with the surrogate agency and all your doctors with the fertility and the OB-GYNs to take all the tests necessary, do all the screenings? And would you even be willing to travel out of state if necessary?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then would you be willing to make sure that you get all the data and information to whoever needs it, whether it was the
Yes.
clients or the doctors. Do you have any expectations of any relationship with the intended parents after the birth?
I don't have any expectations. I will leave it up to them, whatever they feel comfortable with. I don't mind either way.
Like, would you expect a card or a picture at any time?
Same thing. Whatever they feel comfortable with.
Okay. And same thing with if, as the child gets older into adulthood?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Another issue comes to abortion. Now, abortion is not allowed under the terms of service and everything like that. However, there comes times when someone may wish to, an intended parent may wish to have an abortion, like if they got divorced or if one or both of the couple died. Would you consider accepting an abortion, or in the alternative, potentially adopting the child?
I would rather, probably if that was the case, adopt rather than abort.
Okay. Now, if there's a case that there's found to be some defects or diseases or anything, are you okay with an abortion in those circumstances?
Yes.
And if the child is born and it's not known until after the child was born, and even though the couple is supposed to, under contract, take the child, if they don't, would you consider adopting the child?
Yes. Definitely.
Now, at times, it might not be possible to have the embryos come to the United States if they were harvested over in China. However, all the blood work and the testings are conducted on the IPs in U.S. labs. Would you be willing to travel to China, provided you have enough time to have everything prepared to do this procedure over there?
Possibly, yes. I mean, I'm not saying no or yes. So.
Okay. Are you comfortable providing breast milk for a newborn baby?
Yes, absolutely.
Anything else that you'd like everybody to know about you, what your thoughts are on the process?
I'm happy to have things going the way they are, and I'm happy to be on board and help another family that really wants to have another child. I know how much that's going to make them feel amazing, I shall say. You know, there's nothing like having a child. There's nothing like having that innocence and raising that child and watching it grow. So I'm all on board for everything, and it's really on how they, I'm here for them, basically. So, yeah, absolutely.